Okay, so for all you small business owners out there, we all know how it can be. It can be very stressful, and there's a lot coming at us, and we have to deal with everyone's demands and requests. Now, fact of the matter is, because of our emotional state at times, we can actually make a very small issue turn out to be a large issue. Sometimes the issue is just something small, but because of all of the emotion attached or that people bring to the issue, it makes it a lot more difficult to deal with. For example, let's just say you didn't make a phone call that you were supposed to make. Okay, a client was dissatisfied, and then someone drops you a message and say, hey, call back Mr. X, he needs to speak to you, he was unsatisfied. Okay, so then you don't get call Mr. X for whatever reason. No, let's say you have two co-workers or two partners, two employees or whatever. One may say, hey, you forgot to call Mr. X, I'm trying to call him back today. Okay, that's one way it can be dealt with. You may have another employee who may be, let's say, over emotional or hyper emotional, if you want to use that term. And instead of just making a statement, call Mr. X, they might say, hey, call Mr. X, and then begin to add all of these additional unnecessary emotions to this particular issue. And this is what can, and now dealing with people's emotions can mentally tax you, okay? And then you need to have a way to sort of disperse the emotions or remove the unnecessary emotions from the actual issue. And one of the things you can do is writing or NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. A basic form of using this to deal with stresses would be to put pen to paper. It is unadvisable that you try to sort this out in your head. Okay, it is better you take pen to paper and start writing things out. For example, in a case like this, you may want to start and say, okay, I was supposed to call Mr. X, and Mr. X wasn't called. I can call him today. Employee B was overly emotional about this topic. However, this does not change the fact that Mr. X needs to be called back. All of that emotion was totally unnecessary and has created unnecessary stress in the situation. I am choosing to ignore the unnecessary stress and emotion added to the situation and just deal with the core matter alone. Okay, so when you start writing things out like that, then your mind it allows your mind to separate the issue from the unnecessary emotions that are added to the issue because of an outside person or because of another person. So begin to practice NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming, or journaling or writing to help to manage your stress. And you will see that when you begin to write those situations, you will begin to separate what is relevant from what is irrelevant. Okay, so I think this is a very helpful tip. It seems so simple, but when you're able to manage your emotions, then you're able to deal with all of the issues in your business a lot better. Okay, so start practicing this, and then you will see that your stress levels will come down when you take the time to flesh out what is real from what is just simply excess emotion.